German players, you know, it's a lot of... Okay, so looks like we're starting to go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the DeutschLAN Day 2 of the German LAN. My name is Jake. Today with me is Honey on the casting desk. I'm watching Fair Enough versus Iron8 in the semi-finals.
Great, we're going to see Adiski roll up very, very fast quickly onto this health kit here. Looks like both of them is kind of want to take a more passive approach as Annie's taking the early damage here. Adiski goes down though to a double pipe from Annie, really big pick. That means that strong opinions are going to be behind it. Very, very difficult to take any sort of position on this point here. But the sniper actually starts it up there. Milchman getting a free pick straight away. But Iro plus 8, they just want to get straight into this game here. As the Zex just bombs straight onto the sniper. Milchman going to be forced back. But they aren't taking any other position right now. Jojo's just looking for frags behind. Atomic's going behind right now, doing his thing. As Zul's behind the medic right now, gets the scout pick instead. And they're just not using the positional advantage, Iro plus 8. They're kind of sitting very, very far back. They got the Adiski frag, but they never used it.
Oh, Atomic picking up the demo man for the defenders for the blue team here, and Icewind forced to pop the Uber. He got a little bit scared there, and Adiski's working on forcing them out of the point. Ooh, medic for the red team here, Aussie's just getting punished, like a little bit pressured by the spider. He gets taken down as they're moving into the choke with full Uber advantage, as Icewind has been forced not so long ago. He's currently in half HP, and looks like Ira plus 8 are gonna be forced out of the second point as well. Oz is just having this huge Uber advantage in his hand, in his pocket, ready to go at any point of time as Bad GCN. Not sure how to pronounce this name. I'm sorry if I butcher it, but he's just getting on the point. He has this Thomas lab, which has been the flavor of this LAN, and just moves on forward. Second point belongs to Fair Enough as of now, as they're moving into this lobby area.
Yeah, you can just call him Bacon, but yeah, they are taking this lobby area right now. They've managed to get a pick off on Milchman, which is a huge pick into the last point here. They are going to pop that Uber here, but they're not going to get anything out of that. The sentry gun's the only thing that goes down. It's only level 2, so they're just going to come back outside right now. 3 or 2 picks down for both teams right now, and it's just going to even out, it looks like. It looks like, again, Iro plus 8 kind of letting them have all this position on the point, but Annie's just respawned there, going to get a lot of damage on them. But again, Fair Enough have kind of all got this under control right now. They were just on top of them, force them on the low ground and win the round.
Yeah, it was just no contention here. I mean, Iron8 tried to do something, but they were constantly bleeding players on the flank. You know, the flank class is looking for the pick, but Oz is just so well defended by Bacon, and Adiski is just actually unreal. And they capped the point relatively easily as we're moving into the second round. So gonna look at Adiski once again. I'm trying to look at his cam. He's pretty quick. He gets a nice little surf on the ramp, a little bit quicker than Anna this time. Getting some spam in with the Anna, just trying to do damage to him. Anna looks like he's gonna take this shorter route back to his team, getting some more heals out as he's being forced out. Both of the teams kind of holding on each side of the point behind those crates. Right now, just a few exchanges here and there, but looks like, yeah, Fair Enough are gonna kind of try to push it on the point. They did get more exchange in that exchange than the other team did. Iron8 are forced out to the second point, and they said, okay, we're gonna hunker down on the second point, just give up on the first.
Yeah, no, I didn't really understand why Iro plus 8 backed out into the PC area. Like, Adiski was there, spammed him. Really good pick by Atomic onto the medic there. Nice play by him, hit him with a triple meat shot. And Adiski's just going to keep holding this place here. They are losing Milchman a lot though, so Iro plus 8 are doing something right. Definitely holding the sniper sight lines dear. But the 100% advantage here is going to allow them to also cap point 2, even with the 3 times cap on mid. And he takes a lot of damage in rollout, but they are forced out here. And it just seems that they are trying something, but it's really not working. They're sitting too far back and not helping players when they go forward one by one.
Yeah, they're just kind of letting Fair Enough just do whatever they want, and that's not what you're supposed to do on 5CP map. After all, I do believe they did pick the map, and right now they lost the first one, and they're looking at defending the last once again very quickly. It might be a very scary situation here for Iron8 as they are pushed by the Uber from the left side here from the exit area. A lot of spam being thrown into this combo, but the Pyro is completely nullifying this until he falls down, as well as the Heavy. Medic doesn't have really anyone to help him with, as... ooh, Medic goes down actually, and he actually gets stabbed by Vinegar, doing some major spy work on the backside. Managed to thwart this little push coming out of Fair Enough, who are just so sure they're gonna cap the point, but they do have the bodies on the point. There's no one to block it. Fine, there's some people just jumping on it just in case, but it's very far into being capped, so now they just need to put some people on it and not let go. As Iron8 are just pushing onto the second point, they say, okay, we cannot let them be that far. As Unu is just taking a nice pick on the ASEC.
Yeah, no, really nice defense area coming out of Iro plus 8. All hope was not lost. Annie is doing some really nice work right now, though, just holding the front lines. But it looks like he's the only one up front at the moment. They are going to just be falling back here. They've lost so many players pushing out, but Oz goes down from a nice backstab by Vinegar again. So Vinegar changing his focus to this medic frag.
Yeah, it's very important for them. I mean, Vinegar is twice in a row. He managed to stab the medic in the back here and basically thwarting any chance for Fair Enough to push, as Icewind does have his 100% Uber ready to go at any time. But they're still deciding to just hold on to the last point and maybe wait for some picks before they actually push out onto the second. Pushing out of last to the second is not that easy because of the height advantage and positioning of the enemy team. However, Oz does not have his Uber, so they could probably play up on it. But for Fair Enough to let off the second point, I don't think they're gonna be willing to do that easily. Exactly,
and by the time that they're going to get ready to push out here, Oz is already going to have his Uber up, so it's going to be very, very difficult to take any sort of advantage forward. But I'm just looking at Milchman quickly. He's got no pressure on him whatsoever. Where he's sitting in lobby right now, he should be pressured constantly, but unfortunately they don't pick up on that Iro, and it looks like here that Fair Enough just want to go straight for the push here. They're taking lobby control already. Adiski looking for the right side.
Oh, Vinegar once again. Look at Vinegar. He's trying to look for a pick. He's still cloaked on the backside as, yeah, Fair Enough are just pushing onto the point here from the lobby area. Oz has his Uber right now. However, the sniper is looking into this little area. Dankra just watching them closely as Medic gets a bunch of spam coming on it, but he's still deciding to milk this Uber as much as possible. That's a Kritzkrieg. Ladies and gentlemen, Icewind managed to pop his Uber just in time. They did lose 2 players out there in this exchange, but looks like Fair Enough did not get as much as they wanted to. Icewind is a lot of trouble. Finally goes down to a nice bump from Uno with the help of Yggdrasil on the Pyroclast. A lot of people going down for Iron 8, and looks like it's going to be a point cap for Fair Enough fairly easily. Once again, 2-0 for the red team.
Yeah, just a very, very good push. Very coordinated between Unu. That was a very, very nice bomb after the Kritzkrieg. As soon as that Uber faded off, they were straight in there. They realized the damage that had been done by Adiski from the Kritzkrieg, and that was just a really, really nice push. But that's obviously been practiced. As we do go into this next mid here, Adiski again looking like he's going to be a lot faster than Annie, so meaning that he's going to be able to get his health kit here. Annie's deciding this time that he wants to focus point a little bit more. Jojo getting top area now, and it looks like we're going to be setting up for this mid fight now, as both teams trying to take their right hand side here. Vinegar seeing if he can get onto the combo early, but pops the dead ringer straight away. But yeah, no, both teams are just going to set up it. Bacon, look at the height advantage position that Bacon has right now. No sniper even watching him, which means that he's going to have a huge advantage on them, focusing down the Solly. This has not been countered at all by Iron 8, who are just sitting in the left corner and just not doing anything at all right now, just backing off into sewers. And they should just get out of this mid fight here. I don't even know if they should contest mids anymore, because they're just not getting any position whatsoever.
No, Bacon just completely annihilated the enemy team with Tomislav just laying down the law from the top area. And like you said, there was no sniper, no one watching him, no one trying to push him off. He was just there free to just gun people down, and that worked out very well for Fair Enough, as they were getting ready to push the second point with full Uber charge. So we might be looking at Vinegar trying to get a drop or a force at least. He's on the point. Second one has been capped finally, and Fair Enough once again are breathing down Iron 8's necks.
And it's already 2-0.
Oh, that's a whiff. Oh my god, I was looking at Kazul. He almost got a stab on Icewind once again. However, he got a whiff. Managed to get away with his life, but that was very close. Okay, go on. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fine. So they're quickly going to come through here with the Uber. It looks like Atomic's going to be taking it with a Disky, and they're very, very fast into the medic there of Icewind. They're quickly going to pick up this heavy frag as well as they move towards to get more frags on Annie at the top now. As Jojo comes in, actually, really big distraction. Medic down, Adiski's on his own. Atomic's really weak, but not being cleaned up. He might get a pick on the depot, but no. Fell push there coming out of Fair Enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, Iron managed to hold like an iron defense right here on the last point, if you catch my drift here. But again, like they really failed to manage to like kind of push out at the first point. I mean, it's not easy to push out the first point if you're defending. And both medics right now have about equal Uber charge, getting ready to regroup. Vinegar once again trying to look for picks on the backside, but there's no one else helping him. The soldier and the scout are just kind of watching the lobby area, just getting some spam out onto the enemy team and the red team, but Yggdrasil and Milchman are just watching them very steadily. Jojo getting a nice exchange here with Atomic. Unfortunately, Atomic takes a best of him with Milchman to toe, and looks like Vinegar just gets Bacon in this little ramp area. Try to get some information now, relay on the team, as both medics are still just burning Ubers. However, a lot of people are dead for Iron 8. 4 people down. It could be a cue for Fair Enough to actually push out and get some more stuff done.
Yeah, no, I'm actually looking at this quickly now. Oz is really, really firing. Nice pipe by Adiski there, shutting down Annie, who tries to jump in onto Oz, but they are just going to cap this point here. That was just a really nice push coming out of Fair Enough. One at a time. They came into them again, and Fair Enough just picked off every single player that came close. They didn't even have to use their Uber properly. They literally could just wait on their side and just wait for players to come into them. Annie comes in, Adiski kills, and that's exactly what happened. They just pushed into them one at a time again, and they need coordination right now to beat this team.
I mean, it's already 3-0 for Fair Enough, and we can clearly see that they just kind of better prepared. The DM is just better. And 3 out of 3 times, Iron8 have lost the mid fight, but this time they're looking to get a bit more aggressive onto the little side of the blue health pack, try and get more things done. However, they did lose a lot of classes. Too many classes trying to suicide for the medic, and Aussie's getting away with his life, thanks to Bacon. Just protecting him with his life. You know, Heavy just being such a good medic protector ever since TF2 came out. Always loved Heavy as a medic main. As Fair Enough just pushing onto middle point. They didn't even like finish up capping when they moved on to second point. Very smart thinking by Fair Enough. They're gonna cap second point once again, and Iron8 are looking defending last for the 4th time.
Yeah, no, hopefully they should be able to bring something back. I mean, not a lot of time has gone off the clock, but saying that, Annie goes down straight away. It is going to be a push on left. Bacon taking a lot of the Uber, meaning less movement for Fair Enough, but they don't need it right now, as Bacon's already in a good enough position. Taking that single Uber means 8 seconds of Uber, and that's going to be the 4th round, where Bacon was just getting focused, but he was a shiny man, so there's no way he's getting damaged.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Iron8. I don't know what they should do. They need to change some strategies, as we're looking at the last point, actually. This is the last point of CP process. I mean, if Fair Enough caps it, it's going to be game over and, you know, point 1 for them. As they're looking at both Demo Man jumping on the point. This key is more healthier than Anna. Anna is looking for some pigs, but didn't quite work out. This key pace of his life, so basically an equal change here of Demo Man. As the rest of the teams are moving onto the point. About counterclockwise here. Trying to get on it, a little bit of a lag, as Fair Enough just moving, getting a little bit more of high advantage. Bacon is just trying to see some picks, Iron as well, but Iron8 are actually bleeding a lot of health in this exchange here. Medic is only on half HP, so 1 bomb from a soldier and he's done for. And there goes, like I said, Atomic just goes from behind, 1 meat shot to the back, and that's the end of that. Iron8 losing a lot of players once again. Fair Enough on the point, looking to cap the 2nd.
Yeah, no, this guy actually went sticky jumper to mid, so he kind of like traded for Annie, and Annie this time destroys him. So managed to get out of that one. But yeah, no, they are looking for the push here, it looks like, onto this point. Already taking position with this Pyro. Jojo goes down to Ubersaw by Oz, and that's going to be a huge advantage now, 100% advantage in total, as they do cap this 2nd point up. And again, they're probably just going to take their time, look for the push through lobby, because they have that time. It takes a long time to build that Uber charge up, and only on 20% is a huge disadvantage, as Atomic already getting frags. That's 2 kind of flank passes down at the moment, and that should mean that lobby's completely taken right now for Fair Enough, and they should be able to push really, really well off of this.
Oh yeah, Atomic is just leading the charge with this Uber charge, getting complete 100% of it, getting the Heavy down as well. Medic just caught in the crossfire, a lot of people down, only 2 people up for Iron8. It looks like he's just gonna look at the 5th point capped by Fair Enough, and I do believe it is the game 1 of today's set between Fair Enough and Iro +8.
Yeah, no, it's kind of what we expected at the end of the day.
Yeah, there was absolutely no surprise here. I mean, if you look at that scoreboard right now, there's such a huge point difference is just incredible. I mean, Atomic is leading 10 points over Aussie, who is the medic. Doing definitely a lot of work. I mean, I've been just seeing him damaging everyone, just like cleaning up all the time. And Icewin, on the other hand, for Blue, for the Iron +8, is on 29 points. So it definitely shows the difference of just preparation and just straight up DM skills, you know, between Fair Enough and Iron 9. And like you said, we kind of like, that's what we expected here, and not really that surprising.
What we expected and what we got. So, yeah, no, I can't actually see the logs have been put up, so we might be on the glitch server, but it's kind of a roll was Fair Enough. I don't really like putting it like that, but it was. I don't know. This is Iro's map now, hopefully. So it should be some sort of wild card that they should have practiced a little bit more on, and hopefully be a closer game. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, it's just up to the 2nd map. I mean, I think it's best of 3, so If Fair Enough wins the second map, it's gonna be 2-0 like I expected. However, Ira plus 8 still have a chance at going back into this. However, they need to win 2 maps in a row, which is not an easy feat.
Exactly. It's very, very difficult to come from this position. Like, it is steel. You were correct, yeah. So hopefully, this
I
one
have, I have the biggest smile on my face right now. I wish you could see it. I'm so happy this map is being played. I used to hate steel so much. I mean, oh, we see some dabs on the stream. I'm so happy now. This is incredible. But yeah, steel, man. I used to hate this map because of how open it was. But then we played, I do believe, like I played when in a team where I was absolutely not prepared for the season. It was the first game of the season and we needed to win this. And we won simply because we did revise some strategies before, and we had some plan in our like some plan devised for the map. So I really do hope this is actually gonna be the map. It's not just teasing me. But like I said, this map is like so much potential on just devising a strategy that can be, you know, the typical cap the first point and go for the, you know, E point cheese, or just go A, B, C, D, you know, the alphabet, or go to, you know, A, then rotate through middle, go to B. There's so many strategies you can actually utilize, so many different spots you can set up, that every single game you see on Steel is completely different.
Exactly, variation. That's the whole point of Steel, in my opinion, anyway. Like you said, so many different routes that you can take things, so many strategies that you can make as a team. So it'll be interesting to see how Fair Enough are going to play this one. I think they've already played it this season anyway, so they should have some sort of idea of what they want to do. So they aren't just going to be weak at it. They are still going to be a very, very strong team. Obviously, very, very DM heavy at the moment. And just picking up so many rounds in that process game very, very quickly and just very decisive. So yeah, no, I think we're not going to see the same on this map. I think it is going to be completely different every single round, which is what we want to see from a caster's perspective.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it is best of 3 again, so whoever gets, like, I think is like whoever wins this map and then needs to win again, I do believe. You need to check on John with that, you know, check on the rules. Because it can be very quick map, you know. I mean, you can set the time on this map, like 2 minutes. But you also can set a time of, like, 15. And this is, like I said, that's just the variation, like you said before, like you pointed out, is just such a good element of this map. Is
exactly. Even if you've
really
got a
expect,
fast time, you have to expect things, but you can't because there's too much variation. But you know, I think Fair Enough are going to have a good idea on what to do on this map. That will be interesting for everyone that's watching. But they are just joining the teams now, so we will be underway pretty quickly, I think. But who was kind of the standout player for Ira plus 8? If you had to say one, really, it was quite difficult.
Ira
obviously,
plus 8, yeah, it was a difficult game. It was a very difficult set here. I'm just like looking at the roster. It's hard for me to say. I think Anna, who is I do believe is the Murphy for Ira plus 8, you know, the demo man, is definitely leading every single charge of the team and trying to do as much as possible, laying down the spam and just doing the typical demo man work, but as always, like, one person cannot really do the work for all the other, and just need to work as a team. You know, it is a team game after all. Personal skill matters, but in Highland we have to work as a team, and no other map forces it more than Steel.
Exactly.
However, for Fair Enough, definitely Atomic just undoubtedly just leading every single pick. I mean, he was just so strong on the flank. He was out damaging the soldier for R plus 8 and the scout as well. There was not much they could do about that, and Atomic is just, you know, we all know Atomic has been around for ages, and he's always been playing scout, you know, in sixes and in Highlander, always been good, so there's likely no surprise there.
Yeah, no, he's a very, very strong player. There's no doubt about that. And obviously, like you said before, Annie probably, the standout player. He was facing Adiski and getting some really, really nice picks onto him anyway. So it would be good to see kind of them try and see if they can play around him. It's hard to say that really, especially in a game mode like Highlander where there's 9 players on each team. Obviously, a lot of variation on what you can do. But some players really need to turn up for Ira plus 8 if they want to see if they can get any coordination going, because if they keep this kind of bleed game going, Fair Enough are just going to roll through this map as well. It is still important, obviously, on tactics, but again, you have to say that Fair Enough have the dominant DM right now.
Oh,
like the
for
standards.
Sure. Undoubtedly. I mean, if we're looking at the semifinals right now, out of all the teams that were going to qualify and not qualified, I do believe it's gonna be probably Strong Opinions versus Fair Enough. I mean, those both teams actually play in Premiership and, you know, more or less in the same, like, kind of setup. And they both do have the experience and the players and the manpower to do so. So I do believe we're going to be looking at the Fair Enough versus Strong Opinions finals. Not quite sure yet. We'll see.
No, exactly. No, I think that's the final that everybody wants to see because obviously very, very close teams in Premiership. And it should be a good game. It will be a good game to finish on anyway if it was that. But obviously if a wildcard team gets through, then go ahead, give it a try, give it a shot. Obviously you have to face through Fair Enough and Strong Opinions. But
we've seen underdogs come out on top multiple times before in multiple other games. Like, it's not impossible. But, you know, you do have to basically work twice as hard on beating a team that is just definite favorites and have won with you the round before.
I think somebody needs to get a mic or shoes. But no, they will be getting started very, very shortly. It looks like they've probably gone towards live time already. So quickly going through it, prediction, what time would you say is a good time on deal? Like a relatively good time? It's hard to say, obviously, because of the difference of strategies. But I'm thinking like 6 to 20 minutes. See, it's really...
That's a rough estimation.
That's very rough.
Very good, accurate estimation of the time limit. We're looking at Fair Enough pushing first, and Iron Knight decided to defend. So I think we're going to look at Fair Enough capping a point, and then just going for E cheese, and then look how things look from there. I mean, they'll try to just get E as well as B at the same time. And then, depending how Iron Knight responds, they will decide to opt for, you know, either going the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, or just going and just cheese out E, get the win as soon as possible, you know, instead of getting tired, they could, you know, be done quicker and enjoy the evening.
No, you're completely right about the strategy. A lot of teams now do this kind of thing where they cap A and then they push 2 points at the same time, meaning that the defending team is split. And obviously means that you have an advantage at one of them at least, which means you can obviously get cap time on B if you've got too much cap time on E, and so on. But both teams are coming out here. Looks like the sentry gun's going to be put on B here with 3 players. A much bigger defense on A than we usually see. It looks like Atomic is just going to be trying to take that point against JJ. He does the one-on-one there, meaning that he is going to start getting that cap time on that point. And we usually see A capped in about 30 seconds, so it's kind of the point that team don't really want to defend too much because it's really, really small, and it's very, very easy to kind of like lose any sort of position as a defending team on that point.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Looks like Fair Enough decided to kind of take it easy, you know, see what the situation would be. They saw the sentry, they saw the majority of the team on B, so they said, okay, we do have time, let's rotate on A. We see Vinegar just lurking around, almost got caught by the Pyro Yggdrasil. However, he's still there, and he's still causing a lot of trouble, you know, just relying the information. A point has been capped very quickly. As we can see, the flank classes here, the Soldier, as well as the Scout, Jojo, and Asek just kind of trying to hold this lobby by themselves. However, they do not know there's... Oh, wait, they do know now, because the Vinegar is just watching everyone, that there's only a few people going to the lobby. The Scout v Soldier, Scout v Soldier. It looks like the Iron 8 team are going to take the advantage out of the situation. Paul Uber has been popped, however, on the B point. Cedric has been zapped into safety as the Uber has been popped on the Pyro, as Strano 8 is just going in with the air blast and completely nullifies this Uber. No one dies for the Iron Plus 8 team, which is very good. However, they did move up the sentry back a little bit.
Exactly, and that's going to give Fair Enough some sort of position onto this point here. I think Fair Enough, all they wanted to do then was reset the Ubers, look for some sort of pick-off, which is happening a lot. Kazul's just getting position here, even though they lose the heavy line. Look at Kazul right now, behind the sentry gun. He's not going to have a lot of support though. He tries to shoot the sentry gun down. It's on so low health. Really well played by the engineer there, but he does get taken out by a crossbow, I believe. And that sentry gun will eventually go down. That was actually a very, very coordinated push by Fair Enough. Unlucky there by Zamp, the engineer, for Iro plus 8.
Yeah, I mean, this is running the fast shooting 2-bullet rocket launcher, not rocket launcher, pipe launcher. So it's definitely much easier to take the sentry down with that instead of the regular pipe launcher. But they did get on the point fairly easily. They didn't need the Uber. Aussie managed to hold on to this 100%. As they're actually moving on to the C point, and looks like we're going to look at the standard A, B, C, D, E push. As they're going to this little choke point, the door is opening very slowly, so they do have a little bit of time to regroup both teams. Icewind is slowly building his Uber, but not as quickly as he would like to. He is stuck in this little lobby area between E and C points. which could be very problematic if Aussie decides to just go in with the combo in there. And looks like they're gonna try to go. The nice Girardi on the combo, trying to get something done here. A lot of people actually dying. Instead of, you know, I expected Iron8 kind of like be expecting this attack. I mean, majority of the team is waiting on B, but looks like Iron8 just gonna go completely wiped out, and Aussie still holding on his 100%.
Where's the surrender button? Because they just fell apart then. That was awful. They just kind of split up. They didn't regroup. There was no regroup after B got capped. They could have regrouped on C. They could have regrouped on E. But they decided again to split the team, and fair enough, have just been brutally forcing this A, B, and C point right now as they just take complete control of the map right now. Now, this is kind of the main 2 points that you want to keep as a defending team. Even though the bridges are out, the door is still open, that main door. And that is the whole point of the D point and the E point hold, is that you keep that door open, meaning that you can obviously get to the E point very, very quickly. And obviously, you're able to get out onto the D point, defend it if the enemy team are pushing through it anyway. Very, very fast, and not through these tiny, tiny choke points at the top.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's still a problem huge because Aussie still has a Zuber advantage, and they're just waiting, and there is the pop going into this little choke point behind the D spawn for the red team as Iron are being completely forced out. Iceman still doesn't have a Zuber, but looks like fair enough, we're gonna take complete control over the D point here and gonna cap it relatively easily. Zarnada are just scrambling, trying to get some picks, trying to get some damage out. There he goes. Denkra is taking down Aussie. Nuber for him, but problematic is that Kazoo is working Icewind, and there is no medic for the defenders as well, as the D point is currently being capped. Only 4 people alive for Iron8. That's not enough to defend the last point. They do get back spawn as well. There's a level 3 sentry guarding the point, and Tomic finds out very soon about that now, as Iron8 are waiting for the respawns, and they need to move up on the E point as soon as possible, as the engineer here, Zamp, is having a lot of trouble holding out this sentry.
This is the very, 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 very difficult hold right now. Jesus, that cough. Adiski is going to be taking down that sentry with a lock and load there, not the very, very fast pipe launcher, as Jake put it. But yeah, no, they are going to be looking for this push here. Bacon's actually coming behind the enemy combo here, manages to get the pyro pick, giving Unu time to go for the demo man. But again, this seems a little bit uncoordinated here coming up. Fair enough. Good pickup of the white room by Iro +8, and that's what you kind of need to do on this defending team. If you take this white room, you can kind of surround the enemy team. Even if they're coming through the connector towards right room, you still have a chance to defend that point. And that's kind of like its own position in itself, that white room. It's very, very important as a defending team to get good position in there.
Yeah, what I always say is that you have to have control of a lobby even if you're defending or attacking. Like, the lobby is such a crucial area with the huge health pack and the huge ammo pack as well. It's just such a good point, but looks like Iron are just being completely forced out of both areas, as Bacon is just holding with the mini sentry here to tow enemies at the lobby. Finally succumbs to his wounds. Where the point is being slowly but steadily capped by Adiski and with the help of Oz, as they do have 100% Uber. Oz is under a lot of fire right now, getting bombed. Yggdrasil managed to fall a bit. He's still alive. He's still being a help to his team. Tried to get a little jump there, but did finally fall down into the pit. And Jiro goes down for the defenders, and the scout is working on the point. Atomic make sure that point still gets capped despite people dying left and right. There's an Uber pop coming out of the lobby area. They dropped their pyro, however. Most of the Uber goes on the demo man. Demo man is a lot of trouble as well. There's Kazul shooting the demo man. Murphy managed to get the best of him, but the point is still being capped. The medic goes on the point, but Disky says nope, as the point is about to be capped any second now. And there it goes. 6 minutes and 41 seconds cap time is very, very respectable time for Fair Enough, and it's probably gonna be very difficult for Arjax to push it.
Yeah, I think Iro +8 are probably going to try some sort of strategy here, see if they can force Fair Enough all the way off B point and then sack everyone for the E point. You rotate towards B, try and get that sort of advantage. But I think that's a very, very fast time from Fair Enough. That's, as you said, respectable. They should be quite pleased with that, as they went through point to point, did it systematically, taking players out at the same time, and just making sure that they had advantages everywhere. Every time they pushed, they had 1 or 2 players down. And that's when they pushed, every single time.
Yeah,
Didn't
so we're
really
gonna
count on Uber.
yeah, we're gonna look at Fair Enough setting up their defenses right now. Let's see where they decide to go for it. And looks like Mason decided to go for a very aggressive sentry placement here on the staircase, looking for some early picks. Actually, wait, what he's doing? Oh my god, do you see that teleport? The teleporter actually is the entrance where he can just do a lot of work with the staircase here with the sentry placement and then just quickly get it out with the teleporter to the safety. Very nice idea by Mason. But now gates are down as we're getting ready to see how the teams decide to take the first point.
Adiski was actually sitting on pipe very, very high up. Yeah, no, you're right. This sentry position from Mason is brilliant. Completely different to anything that I've ever seen before anyway. Which is what's so good about Steel, because there's so much variation. But yeah, no, they will be capping this A point very, very quickly. Again, you see the difference between teams right now. Fair enough, don't put up any fight, while Iro plus 8 actually put up a 50-second kind of fight up on the A point. So yeah, no, they just want to commit fully to this point and feel comfortable with where they are now. Looks like Vinegar's going to be trying to get into position there, but Yggdrasil just literally finding him instantly, and he's not going to be able to get a lot out of this here. He's going to have to take a lot of time out. But both teams still have Uber. They are looking for this push now onto the B point, but Unu's popped that conch, so might be using it when the Uber's popped, so we can focus the flank maybe a little bit more, but Mason's decided now to move his sentry. Stroner's come behind the engineer here. Managed to get a really nice pick off. Really nice flank there coming out from the pyro of Iro plus 8. And they are going to pop in here. No sentry gun backing up the team, but it's only a single Uber for Oz. This is a very, very weird fight right now. It's actually, it turns out it's on the favour of Iro plus 8, who have come behind the enemy team and just flanked them completely.
I mean, fair enough. I think they really spread out way too thinly on this B point, and they lost a lot of players, including their Virginia, who was the anchor that was holding this point together. And now, with him gone, looks like, yeah, fair enough, we're going to lose the B point fairly easily to Iron 8, as E point is constantly being harassed by the flank classes. ASAC is just trying to get some damage, trying to get some attention off of B point, help out the team as much as he can with those spam rockets. As well as Jojo is chasing down the spy. Kazul is milked. Probably gonna go down very soon. Only Bacon just sitting here with Adiski in a choke point. Adiski losing the loose cannon. I do believe it was first coined by Quintosh in Premiership season a few seasons ago, where he was using the loose cannon on Steel, and that was working very, very well there.
Yeah, it's just because it's such a small choke point that why wouldn't you use the loose cannon when you can get like 130 damage pretty much with every single pipe that you chuck out and move them about to make them uncomfortable? And that's exactly what Adiski's doing here, managing to get quite a lot of damage down onto the enemy team of Iro plus 8. But you see the difference here between Iro plus 8 and Fair Enough. Fair Enough managing, when they were pushing, they managed to pick off a lot of Iro 8 players because they overextended. They stayed for a very, very long time. But instead, Fair Enough are like, right, okay, we've lost the B point, let's back off, let's hold a good position where we know we're comfortable with, and not lose any players, so we have more time to hold C.
Yeah, it looks like yeah, Fair Enough are just putting very aggressively in the lobby area. They dropped their heavy, unfortunately. They only have a demo man to a flash. Adiski is doing as much as possible, but it looks like yeah, the Fair Enough combo are trying to get out. Us is in a lot of trouble here. It's fighting as the demo man finally goes down. As I'm actually not sure what was that though.
That was just a huge cleanup fest on C. Adiski just got this huge double dunk with an air afterwards. And they are going to still be looking to get the C point, as Jojo has survived this, so they can probably going to be looking for the block here. Not going to allow one person to come and cap the point on his own. As Bacon just survives that 2v1 there. But yeah, no, they will be holding that C point for a lot longer. But 2 minutes on the clock now. There needs to be some sort of pressure on the E point here. There's nobody really watching it, Fair Enough. So this is kind of the time that they need to go for it.
Yeah, they can't really watch it anyway. I mean, there is Denka just watching with the sniper rifle, but there's no one supporting him. No one actually contesting the point like you pointed out. And it's really hard for them. I mean, Ironet are just like holding his lobby area, which is very smart. It's a very good position to hold, as you have very access to all the points that you need to. I mean, very quick access to C, very access to E, which are the points that Fair Enough should probably watch. However, they're not doing anything with this. I mean, they need to make a decision, either go A, B, C, D, E, or just push on to E point. They only have 2 minutes left. Looks like Iron Knight decided to go on the C point, and Fair Enough, okay, well, we did lose here in this exchange. We did lose like 5 people, so we'll just move back and try to hold D and E. They still have 2 minutes, and remember that the E point gets kept very, very slowly. Takes a long time. I do believe with 3 timer on it, still takes like 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, they will actually get the bridges out now towards this E point, so they are going to have that sort of advantage on the defending team here. But again, you've got that D and E point, very, very good to hold for defending perspective, very, very strong all the time. So it does look like they are going to be looking to go onto this D point straight away. They have used the Uber for it, so Oz does have the advantage right now, but Ubers on Steel don't really matter until you come to that last point. You do lose Icewind though in that exchange, which shouldn't be happening really. They shouldn't have gone towards the D point. In my opinion, they should have gone back towards E and had a look and see if they could push that properly, because there were so many people down for Fair Enough that they could have got some sort of good push going.
Yeah, Fair Enough managed to actually hold on this point. I mean, they did get respawn times on the still on the forward spawn near D, so it was no problem holding D from that point here, even if the enemy team pushed. But they did lose Oz again, and Icewind is slowly building his Uber advantage back up. Only 1 minute left to go, and looks like for Iron finally realized they need to put some bodies on the point. There is Jojo and Zamp working on it, trying to force out Milchman out of the point. He is still being a very huge danger, but the E spawn is still open, and it's very quick access for the red team to defend it.
Yeah, again, they're not picking up the advantages when they have them. Like they're holding White Room. They're like, okay, what do we do from here? And they spend like 30 seconds thinking about it, and they're like, right, okay, we'll go this way. But it's too long a time to think now. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. That point takes a very, very long time to cap, like you said before. And Milchman has complete dominance of the sightlines right now, and they are just walking into them. They really can't do this. They need some sort of plan when they're pushing. And it was the same on Process. They didn't have a plan when they were pushing into points. Like, they were going one at a time, trying to get position, and it really didn't work out for them because they couldn't take the DM fights against Fair Enough, who have been doing really, really well just to hold this connect area. This is usually quite a bad place to hold, but the positions that they're taking are absolutely great. They're just managing to hold off for such a long time, and this round's over.
They do need, yeah, this round is over. Just kind of like they popped the Uber, tried to clean up some people. You know, Oz didn't have his Uber, but it is not enough time to cap this as the first point goes to Fair Enough. I just wanted to point out that, you know, when you have only 1 minute and 30 seconds to go and you still didn't cap last, it's time for the medic to actually switch up some the mediguns, and you either go with Crits Creek or the Quick Fix, as it's simply much easier to kind of go on the point. I mean, you don't have that much time, and you have to expect the enemy team, and they, in this case, Fair Enough, are going to put all their forces onto the E point. So what do? So you can actually either go with Chris Creek, charge it faster, and hopefully, you know, take them all out because they're all grouped up on the other side of the point. Or you go with the Quick Fix, get the additional heals, and pop on the point so no one can blow you off of it, because as you all know, or should know, Quick Fix, you know, gives you knockback immunity. So there are two strategies you can actually utilize here, but they still stuck with the regular medigun, and that was way too slow to charge. Didn't quite work out in their favor, so now we're looking at the second round of the Steel map, also the second map of the set. If Fair Enough wins this game, they're gonna move on to the finals, which are gonna be broadcasted tomorrow at 11 CEST, 11 a.m. So Iron 8 are just on their last stretch here. They're on their backs. There's the last chance they can do something about it. There's the last chance for them to actually contest Fair Enough and maybe show them that, you know, they also can do something. But can they do it, honey? Can they actually prove wrong to all the people in the chat, me as well, that Fair Enough are the uncontested winners of this game?
Well, it is looking very, very bad right now. I think you're probably right about the medigun switch up, because again, if you go Crits Creek or Quick Fix or something like that, to speed them up, like, they just need to speed up in pace. They know what they're doing, and if they do that, yes, they can win 100%. Like, Stronger, Fair Enough have made some mistakes that they could have countered, they could have picked up on, but unfortunately it just hasn't been their day, and they are going to be coming in here again. It looks like Fair Enough going for kind of the same sort of hold with the medic up top here, and the sentry gun in exactly the same place. So they're not changing anything up this round. Usually if you lose a round as a defending team quite badly, you can actually switch your strategy up, you can change things. But obviously Fair Enough's hold was good enough, and they're happy to cap this A point like they did last time with no problems.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good strategy, but didn't quite work out there. I mean, the engineer did fall to the pyro, which was very unfortunate. You know, kind of, you have to account that with the rescue ranger on, you do take mini crits from all sources. Oh, that was a nice headshot by Milchman. Not Milchman. I'm sorry. I Oh my god, Denpra, who got a nice headshot on the Adiski there in the little corridor. That no demo man for defense, that could be crucial. However, sentry gun by Mason is still up, taking a lot of spam, finally getting zapped as the combo is moving up to provide some support. It gets forced as the demo man for Iron Knight Murphy is just moving in. Nice pick on Yggdrasil, kind of focusing him down. However, looks like Iron Knight is just going to kind of back out. They did take a lot of picks here. They lost ASIC, unfortunately, and Murphy as well. So, no mainly damage class. There's just a lot of exchanges going on right now. I'm trying to focus what is going to be working out for them. They still haven't seen that teleporter in this little hut area, but looks like Iron are going to slowly but steadily move on to the B point as there's only level 1 defending it in terms of the engineer work.
Yeah, it looks like Murphy didn't really get the information that they were all backing out then. He was kind of stuck in on his own. Adiski goes down again. Denkra really turning it up this round, actually, with already 7 points on the scoreboard, 4 kills. And it looks like Arjax should be able to take this point quite heavily here, but no. Milchman decides that he wants to stay in here, see if he can get any picks here. Gets another shot onto Murphy, I think. And wow, people going down left and right here from Milchman. Manages to pick up so many frags here. There's no kind of combo classes forward at the moment, and Bacon's taking full advantage of that as the medic has to run out here. And they are going to be able to retake this point and not give it away. So that means, obviously, B advantage coming up for the defending team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both medics do have their Ubers ready to go, and there he goes. Arne just popping into the medic, trying to get as many flashes as possible. Smart decision by Murphy and Icewind there. But however, they're getting forced out by the Pyro. Icewind getting a lot of damage on him and finally succumbs to the heavy. And the scout Atomic cleaning him up. And a lot of people are actually dead for the defenders. Surprisingly enough, they did take the medic pick, but they did lose a lot of classes in the process. There's only level 2 sentry defending the point at this time. Atomic taking a lot of spam as well. And looks like the second point is going to belong to the Iron 8 team.
Yep, no, fair enough. Committed again a few players towards that point here, but not enough to kind of like lose them the C point as well. They will have an Uber advantage, but only very slight as Icewind's just respawned as well and Oz is just respawned as well. So they are going to be able to hold the connector area like they did last time to the C point and buy more time on that clock. 2 minutes 49 for the B cap. Not too bad at the moment. Still on a relatively good time or looking for a good time, but I'd like to see more pressure on this E point here. If they can try and see if they can take this level 1 sentry gun out, which Vinegar's doing right now, they should have some sort of pressure on this point because last time it really didn't work for them, their push.
Yeah, oh, Medic goes down actually. Murphy catching him off guard as well as Kazul, Unu, Yggdrasil. A lot of people dead for the Fair Enough team as Ironet are trying to get something down here. And it looks like they're going to actually capture the C point with relative ease. Atomic still being a major nuisance in the back line, as well as Adiski just respawn trying to get some damage on the sniper. However, the point is slowly getting capped here. Unu is moving up. Oh, did I hear a drop? Atomic, yes. He's doing major work. Couple of meat shots, and there goes the medic for the attacking team. Only a sniper on the C point, only halfway capped. And looks like this whole push has been thwarted by Fair Enough, who managed to get the respawns in time.
Atomic is doing a lot of work right now. Like, he is showing up. You don't usually see scouts like topping that scoreboard, especially on this map. Usually like a demo man or a soldier, but Atomic is on 15 points right now at the top of the scoreboard, so he is doing some work for his team. It's Arjax, they're putting some sort of pressure onto that E point at the moment, going kind of one at a time as the retake of Nectar has happened right now, and they will keep the pressure on E. So this means the combo is put in 2 positions right now. You can see that they are Icewind's at the top there. He's trying to look for that C point here, just healing his heavy right now. They're going to try and some sort of regroup, but they split the combo with Fair Enough, and this is where they have to take their advantages. Yeah,
they do have the height advantage, and combo Fair Enough is just kind of all stuck together in this little hallway lobby area. It's a big problem for them, but however, it is a good spot to hold for the medic if he has a lot of team. Zamp is just going on the medic, going ham on him. Gets cleaned up by a disc, however, almost dying himself. A lot of people for R8 are actually dying here. Both medics have their Ubers ready to go, so we might be seeing and looking at a an exchange very soon here. R8 should move on that point. They do have all the manpower they need to get on the point. They will still have the height advantage if Fair Enough decides to push out of his lobby area. And they finally get forced by the Pyro. Managed to get out with his life. Icewind milking as much Uber as possible, and finally there is a pop. However, it only has Iro with his side. Murphy trying to clean up the sniper here. Finally getting a bunch of kills, and looks like this push has been success rate. Just cleaning the last person here, Unu, as they move up to the C point, trying to get it capped.
That really shouldn't have turned out the way I thought. Atomic again. even after the fight when they're not expecting it, Atomic is getting picks absolutely everywhere. Manages to take down Icewind again, which means Oz isn't in this uber advantage disadvantaged position. And it also means that they may be able to cap this point, but Jojo counters that by taking Oz down a 22-second respawn. And you look at the defending team, they get like a 30-second respawn coming out, while the attacking team only get like a 2 or 3 second respawn, especially on Steel. It's the complete polar opposites with respawn timers. So it is going to be very, very difficult for them to hold the C point in it. They do have to give it up very, very early. But no Uber has been built by Icewind, which is a really big mistake because they could have had a 40% advantage or 50% advantage right now with the 20 seconds that he had.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, what a headshot by Milchman. Denka is just taking a short end of the stick right here. And Milchman providing to be a very, very difficult enemy to deal with here in this very narrow quarter. I mean, it is a sniper after all, but there is a majority of the IRA teams. Adiski is just taking out some spam onto Iroh, getting forced out, almost getting headshot. However, the little jump he made actually saved his life. Medic did die though. Icewind is not currently building his Uber, and Oz has about 50% advantage over him as they decide to hold in this connector between D and E.
Yeah, no, it looks like they want to take the white room him RO +8, which is a very, very good idea, especially when trying to look at D and E. Gives you two options. Obviously, you can go E, you can go D. They will be taking this area right now, though. But again, you kind of look at the RO +8 team. Who are the players that are forward? Demoman. Is there anybody else with him? No. It's exactly the same story every single time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last round, you said, like, you know, the best player on the IRA team is Murphy or Anna, as we know in the last round, but he's alone by him lonesome, and his team did not decide to follow him up, and now he dies. And now the medic dies as well. You know, Adiski just being caught completely here. He died, unfortunately. Oz didn't quite decide to use his Uber to save his demo man, however. It worked out so well for the demo man, taking down the medic and the other demo as well, and exchange in the lobby. It looks like, fair enough, we're just going to take control of this lobby. Maybe, yep, there is the pop. Defensive pop here coming out of the Fair Enough team, trying to chase out the enemy team. Icewind does not have his Uber at all, so they need to get out, as it's not really a big deal for Fair Enough. I mean, the Uber advantage is not that huge for the Iron 8 team.
Exactly, and they can kite this Uber quite well, especially on a map like Steel, where there's small choke points and a lot of corners. The medics are going to be able to get away very, very easily as they try and brute force their way in here. Dixi's just spamming pipes, getting so much damage. Iro Pase just trying to make sure that they can get into this point, but unfortunately Adiski is in the correct position, completely reloaded, and there's no way they're going to get through that tiny, tiny choke point. They've lost so many players now, meaning that they're going to have to get back into position before the push. But this is what they've done every single time. They've fallen out of position, they've gone too far in when the players have died or whatever. They've not gone in as a team, and like you said, we said that before, so they need to change something up right now. Something needs to be done, and Murphy goes down again, which is again going to give so much time for this Uber to be built, and Icewind tries to pop that. They're not going to have enough damage to try and see if they can get the force onto Oz.
Now we have the majority of the combo holding in this little lobby area for RNA. I mean, we do have Iroh, we do have Icewind, we do have Snow here, and they're trying to get something done. Demo Man Murphy managed to join them up, and they do have 100% Uber as Oz go down somewhere on the way. They do not have the medic, fair enough, as the Uber has been popped for the blue team. They're moving with the majority of their force. There's only a Paraunu soldier trying to get away with his life. Unfortunately, did get caught off by Iroh. Spy also tried to get something done on the point, and Kazul gets quickly dead ringered out as Ironite finally managed to scrape together a good push. Currently capping the D point, meaning that the E spawn will be closed for the red Fair Enough team, as they're slowly but steadily still moving up on the E point, and they should probably start capping very soon.
Yeah, it was all based on an individual play by Solly there, who got Oz and they were able to use Uber, so maybe they should be more focused on the medic. Maybe that's what they need as an advantage, to put Fair Enough in a different mindset. But Fair Enough have done well here to kind of retake this white room and get another pick onto Icewind, while Oz has 100% advantage right now. And they are going to be able to defend this E point, especially by taking this white room right now, which is going to buy them even more time. 9 minutes and 22 seconds to cap that D point. It's getting to the point now where it's kind of getting above average, where you don't want to be, especially when you're defending next round against a good team like Fair Enough, who have decisive pushes and are able to go from point to point to point while getting picked.
Definitely. Oz does have his 100% quick fix, running quick fix, taking down the Vinegar, who's trying to stab at them in the back. And they're looking to actually use it aggressively, and they do. They're trying to chase out the medic, and they do get Icewind, so that is no Uber for the blue team in the near future, at least a minute, wasting a lot of time. and they still doing what I said before. I mean, holding this lobby area, even if you lose D point, is just so crucial for the defending team. You have such a good potential to just completely, you know, go behind the attacker, in this case Iron 8. You can just completely hold this area. You do have access to a big ammo pack and a huge health pack. And you can completely, you know, you just destroy the offense very easily with almost no effort. Especially if Adiski, who is just laying down law on the enemy team, it looks like Iron 8 cannot even push through this little doorway from A point.
You can just change it up. Like, they need to... They know exactly where the combo is. Fair enough, know exactly what they're doing. They're coming in from exactly the same place every single time. At this point here, you could just go drop down. You could rotate to the B connector. And what have you got there? An NG and a Spy defending it. Odysseus going to get there a little bit later, but you're going to get some sort of position onto the last point, in which they keep trying to push this tiny connector, which Odysseus just has a complete lockdown right now, as Murphy goes down again, which is a huge pick, especially when pushing last.
For sure, Iceman does have his Uber almost ready. Never mind, Kazul is working on that. He does not get it, and he gets a nice very stab on Iceman's back. However, Oz is still dead as well. No medics for either side. Could be a good cue for, yeah, Iron 8 to just soft push in, but looks like no. Fair enough, seeing Majority is just moving on to the point here, trying to just completely thwart any attempt at an attack on the E point and holding very aggressively in the lobby area, not letting them through the choke points. Very smart decision. Spy, Vinegar trying to get something done, but he gets caught up very easily by Yggdrasil. Still being chased.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, he's gonna die very soon. Yeah, he's dead. He knew that he's dead. He's just like, okay, I'm gonna waste as much time as possible. Iroh is trying to get some damage done, but it's just not enough. I mean, having the medic with the is that Kritzkrieg? Yeah, he's is running Kritzkrieg. He said, yeah, okay, enough of that. Gotta just completely kill them off and kill their you know, assurance as this. Uber quickly popped on the disc. He gets a triple kill on Jojo. Snow Dankra gets another one as Murphy's just jumping, killing Kazul, Adiski, and Oz. Nice triple there for Murphy, trying to get some sort of retaliation going. However, majority of the Iron team has died. Iceman does have his Uber though, so they might be pushing in anytime soon. I mean, there is no combo in the lobby area.
I don't know if I really agree with that Crits play there. They were fine on Uber, to be fair, but obviously they wanted to try something different out, see if they could catch them off guard. That's absolutely fine. It does look like that Adiski will be coming back into that room, but unfortunately now it's been taken by Iroh, who have got heals with them. So they will be looking to just take the point again, but it looks like Oz is still on the crits creek here. He wants to try and catch off Icewind, maybe pop off the crits early. Maybe the Uber they don't think counts as much, but they do lose so many players as this Uber is popped right now for Icewind. And look at the position that Oz has to hold it. This is a very, very dangerous spot, especially when the D point has been capped. He's just with the Disky. Disky's going to have to keep reloading, and unfortunately there's a sniper of Denkra who's just looking straight at him. This is a very, very vulnerable position that Iroh +8 have to take full advantage of.
Yeah, but it was a very nice play there by the soldier of the blue team, Asek, and Run Conqueror popping it, helping his team with the heals, managed to clean up majority of the Fair Enough team, including the medic in this little lobby area. However, they did not put any bodies on the point yet. I mean, they're still fighting spies and they're chasing a spy that is invisible instead of getting bodies on the point. Snow is just currently being forced by a mini sentry, as well as Atomic is working on the side. Vinegar finally working on the heavy. I mean, Bacon was completely blocking the enemies from going on the point with the heavy weapons guy, but finally Vinegar's remedying that. But Iron Knight are just wasting opportunities here, man. They did get a lot of picks in the last engagement, but did not decide to capitalize on it. Still have the Uber advantage as Oz goes down once again. However, is this the final push? Is this the push we're looking at that will actually win Iron 8 their game?
They took so long to get onto that E point then. Even though they killed like 3 or 4 players, again, they had to think about what they were doing too much. And they've just given so much time for these respawners of Fair Enough to come in. Even though they've got a few down right now, it means that they can take early position. And nobody in the white room, a lot of players stacked on that point though. Up to 6 times cap. That's going to be half cap now. Only the heavy holding connector here. Bacon going to try and face him. Dropped heavy there from Icewind, unfortunately. Really, really bad pop there coming out of him. But it looks like Bacon is just going to keep getting damage towards this point right now. Not even getting focused. Getting so much damage towards it. If Kazul's even able to get onto it, it's going to be huge. Uno gets so much damage as they pop the Contra though, trying to see if he can get any sort of picks on the back side of it. They are going to lose this last push there. It was a huge mistake coming out of Iroh +8. They just sat on point, all of them. Adiski just spam fights. Uno got rockets on them, and they all took the same damage while Bacon was doing exactly the same. Good focus fire coming out of Fair Enough. A big mistake.
so close for RNA to actually finish up the cap, but they ignored too many classes in capping. They thought they have it. Didn't quite get it. Nice headshot by Milchman on Murphy. Unfortunately getting completely sent flying. However, Oz is taking a shot from Denkra. So as he's just trying to get more things done from the little window above E point, he gets shot down by Milchman once again. No medics for either of the sides, and the timer on the point slowly getting down as do IRA8's chances at winning this game.
Yeah, no, this point takes a very, very long time to cap, and now what they're doing right now, losing a lot of cap time on it, means that Oz is going to be able to respawn, and Ubers are going to be even again. Like, they could have put some sort of pressure on, got some sort of picks like they're doing now. But it's just too late. It's too little too late. There is 1 minute and 30 seconds left of normal time here. And it looks like, again, full position taken up by Fair Enough, making sure that they're able to take this white room area. And again, Adiski is pushing the choke point as far as possible with Bacon, who's been doing so much work. Icewind's just completely caught out, nobody else with him. And again, this is one of those points where one player with your medic is not enough at all. Like, Strong Opinions went around with a 4 or 5-man death squad, and that's what Fair Enough are doing. They're doing exactly the same thing. They've got 3 or 4 players around the medic at all times, making sure that he's alive.
Absolutely. Jojo is still trying to fight for the point. There's 1 minute left on the clock for the round. That means 1 minute left for Iron8 to cap the point, I mean, including the overtime. Oz does have his 100% Uber, so he can just pop and waste as much time as he wants. It is an Uber after all. No, it's a Kritzkrieg. It is a Kritzkrieg, so ladies and gentlemen, we might be looking at a full team wipe once again, depending if Adiski decides to land his sticks. They're holding in the lobby area, so once again, they're in a very good position for doing such a thing, as well as, you know, clearing out all the people who decide to get on the point. There's only Snow on the point with the shotgun, and the Pyro on the point is not a good idea, as he gets easily spammed out by the mini center and the sniper. Milchman making sure that no one gets on the point. Still no one contesting this. I mean, Iron8 need to do something now. This is their last chance, and looks like they're just not gonna take it. Bacon mows down Murphy very easily with this little corridor. Icewind is just trying to get some teammates around him, but it's only Arrow supporting him. The rest of his teammates are just looking for the pigs. Are too far away from to do anything. Might be Vinegar getting on the point now, but 4 seconds left of the map, and
that's gonna be it. This gives Fair Enough a very, very big opportunity here. They don't even have to capture E point right now. All they have to do is capture A, B, C, and D. Like, no problem whatsoever. So it is going to be a lot easier for Fair Enough to push this here. Only 9 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. Obviously quite a slow time anyway. So obviously capping that E point wouldn't have given them much of an advantage here. So they are going to have to see full time out here as they are getting ready for that defense right now. Sentry going to go in the same place as before. Not really much of a switch up coming out of them. And 3 players now coming towards this B point. So they're buying more time on the A point, it looks like. The Demonman's put sticky traps out here. And they're just going to be looking for the hold here. But overall, there was a little bit sloppy from Iro because they could have got it. They should have done it.
They should have done it, but they didn't quite did. I mean, they did have like 8 minutes to do it, and they just every single time was completely destroyed and dismantled by Fair Enough. They had such good positioning. Like I said, holding the lobby when you lose D point is so crucial, and that's what they did all the time with their combo. The combo just sat still in that lobby area, making sure that no one can get through to the D point through there. Very important, and that's what they did, and it worked out for them. But now we're looking at the IR +8 defense again. They decided to just split their forces as usual, you know, kind of laced people on A point, and Fair Enough knows it. Fair Enough said, okay, well, they're all probably gonna just move on to the A point. We're gonna use this to dismantle any defense onto B, as the heavy gets sniped by Denk. Bacon did not quite manage to do anything. However, Adiski is just moving up on the point. The sentry is still building up. Only level 1. They lost the level 3 somewhere under there. And there he goes again. It looks like A point is going to get kept by the flank classes as the combo moves on to B. Wow, that's a fantastic performance by Fair Enough.
Ira +8 should have been picking up on their advantages here. Kritzkrieg is popped out. Murphy's deciding, let's go aggressive onto that medic there. Oz doing really good dodging right there. Managing to dodge all the pipes set out by Murphy. And Iro didn't really have an idea of what they were doing there. They must have known that they were on the Kritzkrieg, but Adiski was just, I don't know, putting sticks everywhere, making sure that they're safe, and there was no damage on anyone, it looked like.
Yeah, very unfortunate. We're looking at a penetration kill. Milchman giving a double. Very nice. Very nice, very lucky as well. I mean, you rarely see such a performance here, but looks like it finally worked out. And as Fair Enough are just pushing on to the E point, actually in the lobby area. And I don't know if they're gonna go and risk E. I mean, like you said before, all they have to do is just tap the point in about 8 minutes now. So that's not too hard to do as they're moving on to C point. I decided to take the safe approach, and I really do respect that. Moving on to C point, there's not much contention going out of Iron 8. They're trying to get some bodies there. There is a heavy Iroh trying to get some damage done, but there's just too many people on this point for him alone to do anything.
This is just the brute force of Fair Enough side. Brilliant executed pushes right now, just all the time, making sure that they're always together. Have players able to clean up every single time. And just genuinely playing well as a team. Looks like they do want to go through this connector here. Demonman's going to be holding in a nice position at the top there from Murphy. But it is all going to be a very, very difficult push right now as Fair Enough are stacking this corridor again. Adiski getting the crit screen, meaning that the Heavy's going to go down instantly to that. And they are going to already be able to get onto this D point. A lot of players already going down to the crit screen there. Even Icewind goes down to the crits, even though there was only stickies on the floor there. That should have been seen. But Denkra trying to get a hero shot onto the medic there. Not able to do anything. Pyro coming in. It all seems lost at the moment as they are just about to get respawners. But this D point looks like it's going to be going the way of Fair Enough. And that should be game with 6 minutes left on the clock already.
So there you go, lads. This is game 2. Fair Enough taking it fair and square. Both games actually belonging to Fair Enough. IRA tried to put some sort of a defense going, but like I expected, we both expected from the beginning, Fair Enough is just going to take it as they move into finals. Final score between Fair Enough and Iron 8 is, I believe, 4-0. No, 4-0, 7-0, because they did cap 5 points on CP process.
Right.
Oh,
what a game.
Yeah, it was a very interesting. I mean, it was like some good feats of play. I mean, they tried to do something differently. Murphy tried to lead the charge for Iron 8. You know, that he was definitely one of the better players there, and but you know, him alone without much support, it was not a good decision to just, you know, kind of go alone by himself all the time. And even despite doing a lot of damage and a lot of work, it was just not enough. As for Fair Enough, they just worked well together. I mean, they did really work together. Atomic doing a lot of work, Bacon doing a very solid heavy work as well. Adiski just leading the charge. I mean, like I said before, he's not called one of the best demo men in Premiership as of now, if there was no reason for it. So definitely a good feat of play for either of the teams. However, we're gonna move quickly to the second game. Fairly shortly, right? To the second game of tonight, which is the semifinals, is gonna be Team 9 versus Strong Opinions. Team 9 did take a win over Doctors of Mediocrity not so long ago. There you go. My name has been Jake. Today with me was Honey. Thank you very much for listening to both of us, and we're gonna be right back with the action live from DeutschLAN Day 2 in Nijmegen, Germany. Stay tuned.